What's up, you guys? It's me back again with the second part of the video that I started doing today, June 8th. Yes, I want to make sure that you go back. I'm gonna put a card somewhere in this general area. Go back and watch that video so you can understand what I'm talking about, because this video is a continuation of that. And that video talked about speaking out about rape and sexual abuse. This video is talking about depression, self-image. I'm going to touch more on that. So this video is like not necessarily the woe is me video, but it is going to be sort of like, well, damn, what else do I have to do kind of thing. Like, because this is an if then, because of this then this situation, because this is just my thoughts. Probably irrational, but I think that because I look this way, look a certain way, that leads into rejection or disrespect. Because, and again, this is probably outlandish and probably overreacting, but when I go on sites like Grindr, like Tinder, or any match site like dating site or app, I immediately get turned down. Maybe it's because I'm black, maybe it's because my teeth aren't straight, maybe because my beard's not trimmed up all the way, maybe because I'm bigger than I want to be, maybe because my hair is not a certain style or a certain color, maybe because my eyes are a certain color. Whatever that reason is, it may be because I'm too forward, maybe I'm not forward enough, maybe I'm on Grindr and shouldn't be on Grindr, maybe I'm on Tinder and shouldn't be on Tinder. Whatever the reason is, because of those things, I get rejected and I get very, very depressed. I haven't really dated somebody, actually haven't been in a relationship with somebody since 2010, and that's almost 9 years now, or that is 9 years now. And God rest his soul, the guy that I was with, we were together for 11 and a half months, and I decided to call it quits because he had a drug problem, and I didn't want to be a part of that. Unfortunately, he passed away due to cystic fibrosis, and that's something he couldn't control, I can't control. That's not something he should be blamed for. But he had a drug problem on top of having health issues as well. So it was like, what's the point? Well, let me rephrase, that sounds bad. But he had drug problems on top of his health problems. So he thought it was, he's going to live his full life. He's going to live his best life. I love him. He's a great guy. He just he did some things that I wasn't necessarily too happy about. Unfortunately, he did pass away back in like 2015. So it's been about 4 years now. But basically haven't been in a relationship since then, since 2009, 2010, 2011. It was definitely 2011 because I was on the cheerleading team. But those issues make me very depressed. It makes me feel like, oh, this is the end of whatever, which leads me into my depression, because I'm thinking I know people like me. I know people have stated that they want to be with me, or whatever, due to time, due to being way too busy, being not financially stable, or whatever. Things just haven't worked out with some people, and it's demoralizing, to be honest. If we're going to start talking about how it feels like nobody will love me for me, even though I don't really love myself, and I focus too much on the negatives and too much of the stress, and I overthink. But I'm still a good person. I still deserve love. I still deserve to be in some sort of relationship. And I've noticed, no shade to any of my friends. No shade. No shade to anybody that's in a relationship, have kids, family. That's what you guys wanted to do. I don't necessarily want a family, per se, of my own just yet. But I want to be in a relationship with somebody. I want to go over to somebody's house and watch movies, and I'm going to my man's house or whatever. I'm still young enough to be this still hurts my feelings, but I'm almost to the point now where I'm what the fuck ever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then I guess it was meant to not happen. I believe in fate. I believe in, this wasn't meant to happen this time. This wasn't meant to be my time or whatever. But, when you don't look for something, it finds you. And for the past, 3 or 4 years, I haven't really been looking for anything. I haven't really been looking. But at the same time, it's I'm not really even trying to look either. I'll go on Grindr, but we all know what Grindr is. And if you don't, ask one of your gay friends about it. It's Tinder. It's Tinder without the swiping. Excuse me. But, they tell you shoot your shot. There's only so many times you can make a brick before you land it. So here's me trying, my mentality is I'm trying shot number 1054, and if it goes in, it's what's the progress after that? It'll go in, but if the ball's flat, it's not going anywhere. So that plays a lot into actually why I'm in this area. So again, if you all didn't know, this is the clinical trial bedroom, which is actually sort of nice. We have a TV, cable TV, Netflix out in the dining room, and the day room, Netflix, big screen TVs, video games. So there's something to occupy, but it's still a medical place. So you're sort of nervous, but it leads into what I'm doing here, because first of all, my mental health is important to me, because I don't want it to be a crutch for me or an excuse. Excuse me. Because I have bipolar disorder, because I have depression or whatever, I don't necessarily I don't want my mental health to be a crutch or an excuse. So I'm doing a clinical trial to test out a medicine for bipolar disorder, because as you know, bipolar is extreme ups and extreme downs. I'll touch on that, but let me finish this sentence too. But that's what I'm doing here in this clinical trial, because my mental health is important to me, and I want to make sure that, again, it's not a crutch. With that, it's but how far can you go until your depression brings you down into a hole, to the point where you can't function, the point where you can't go out and go have a drink or just walk around, be yourself without having to worry about what other people are thinking. Why are they saying these things? That kind of stuff. It's rejection for me is especially important, because I suffer from it a lot. The fear of being invalidated is what I call it. And I also feel like I have the fear of being unloved, because sure, people like me for who I am. People, my friends, you guys are like, yeah, we love you. You're an amazing person. You have so much going for you. You deserve nothing but the best. And I appreciate that. I really, really do. I really do appreciate that. But I want something more than, a friendship. And most of you all are just, literally just supporting me, but not like on the level that I want to be on. And no shade to you guys, but it's like you all are friends and supporters and stuff like that. But I want like a man to come in and be like, I got you. We here for it. We in for the long run. When you're struggling here, I'm here to help you. Like, I feel like I'm that person, but I would like that reciprocated to me, because I give it so much to the world. And I said in the last video that I need to start taking more care of myself. Although seeing other people be happy makes me happy, genuinely knowing that they're doing better and stuff like that, I want that for me, so I have to start taking care of myself. If that comes off as offensive, then sorry about it, but again, no shade. I mean this as nicely as I can put it, but none of you all are going to be paying my rent or my phone bill or my food, my clothes. None of you all are going to be doing that. So I have to start doing it for myself. But I also would like somebody to be like, yeah, like, come over, hang out. Let's go to the movies. I'm looking for genuineness. Like, I want it reciprocated. Like, it's not that hard, but whatever, So I agreed to do a clinical trial for 2 weeks, which this is all tying in, because a friend of mine told me that I exhibit some of the symptoms of bipolar disorder. I was like, yeah, I actually have that. And he was like, why not try out this clinical trial? It'll give you money for 2 weeks, but you have to stay there for 2 weeks in inpatient. You bring your clothes, you bring something to keep you occupied. There's TV, there's games, like I said, there's video games and like healthy snacks. Like, I've eaten the healthiest here that I have in quite a while. There's breakfast, lunch, dinner, healthy snacks, showers, bathrooms, stuff like that. It's all fine. But I literally signed up to do this because I wanted to make sure my mental health was taken care of. And of course, $1,400 isn't bad either. I mean, that's not bad. But it was important to me to hear that there was a clinical trial to test out a new medication for bipolar and depression, because I have those things and I need those things. Sure, you all could probably do the same in your area if you find if there's some clinical trials near you and you're interested in them. Take a shot at it. It's just like going to the doctor, which is exactly what that is, just going to the doctor. And for the next 2 weeks, I've been here for 3 days. This is my third day. June 8th is my third day. They've been nothing but nice, nothing but caring. They pretty much have your interest at heart. No, they do. They have your best interest at heart. They don't want anything but the best for you. So if you want to do a clinical trial in your area, feel free to, inquire about that, look it up. I'm in Southern California right now, so this was like maybe an hour away from where I live at. They came and picked me up, and they said bring some clothes. I brought my own clothes, but they have shower stuff, towels, all that good stuff, all that good stuff. But it's mainly here to help me get through, or like test it's not like so much, it's not so much hospitally as it is just like a clinical trial that you just have to stay here for. Yeah, of course there's nurses. Yeah, of course there's doctors, and you know, the reason that you're here is to try a medicine out, but it's not like you don't have any freedom. Like, you can quit it. You can quit at any time, and they'll give you the money for the however long you've been there for. Like, you don't have to stay there. You're not admitted to the hospital. You're a volunteer. You can leave whenever you want. They pay you for as long as you've been here. The point of all of that was that I want to make sure my mental health is being helped, or only up and up, to the point where I don't have to worry about it, because the depression that I have is deep set, and it comes from a lot of family history, a lot of personal history that I want to get dealt with in my young age. I want to make sure I deal with it before I get to the point where I'm like, screw it, I don't even want to deal with it, turn into an alcoholic, turn into a drug addict. I'm not going to do either one of those things, mind you, but those are patterns, and I'm not, I don't want to fall into those patterns. But yeah, so this video was mainly to address that I have really, really like bad depression, and I really don't like rejection. Like, nobody likes to hear the word no, and in this situation, I really don't know what to do when I hear, oh, you're just not my type, or, oh, I'm not interested, or, oh, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but you're just not my type, or whatever. And I'm just like, well, what kind of type do you have? Like, I'm a guy. Like, most people are like, oh, I want the slim trim, ready to swim, better shape, height, weight, proportionate guys. I'm literally 6'2", and I'm 345 pounds. Like, I'm a big dude. It's not like I can go back to when I was fucking 12, where I weighed like 150 pounds at 6'2", or 6 foot. Like, I can't. I mean, I could go back to it if I worked really hard on it, but at this age, I'm pretty much a brick, and I just tone up and slim down on the things that I have. Like, if I can get into a good shape, I feel like it would help me a lot. But, that's another thing. It's like body image. I know I don't have the best looking body. I know that when people look at me, they get sick. Intimately, not like to give too much information away, or like not to get too graphic, but like when I'm intimate, or when I am trying to be in a personal relationship with somebody else, it's like, oh, you're a nice guy, but you're just like, you're really intimidating. Like, you're a big dude, and all of that stuff. Oh, did you play football? And I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, I didn't play. I played volleyball. I swam. I was much smaller than I am now. The goal is to get back down to at least 220. Like 245. If I can lose another 100 pounds before age 30, that would be my goal. Because I want to be able to shop in the stores, in the physical stores, like American Eagle and Hollister, which I was doing when I was younger. Like, I want to get back into that. But it's so much stress. I feel like, I don't know what that was. There's so much stress. There's so much fear of rejection. There's so much going on that I legitimately can't do any of that physically. It's just like, what do I do? But that's where I am right now. Yeah. So that's the second part of this video. There's a 3-parter to this. So the third video that I'm going to do again later today, hopefully I have them all posted up. But the third video is going to address some important things that have happened recently in my past. Not like all the way in the back of not when I was young, but I mean like when I was in college. I'm talking about 2015 to now, the last 4 years. I'm going to get into some things and address, maybe if I need to call somebody out, I don't plan on calling anybody out. But if I need to address names, if I need to address situations, if I need to address things like that, I will do that, because I need to get that off my chest too, because this is the reason why I'm going through what I'm going through right now. You know, my decisions, other decisions, environmental decisions, whatever. I'm gonna address it because I need it all to be said that certain issues shouldn't have happened the way that they happened. That's what this next video is going to be about. So thanks for watching this second video. Make sure you go watch the first video I did, and then watch the third video I'm doing, so that you get the whole entire story, because I want to post more. I want to make sure you guys understand that I care, and I also am just doing this for mainly myself. You know, I'm mainly doing it so that I know that I am worthy. I know that I'm capable. I know that I can do these things. I just need to hear it coming from my own mouth to my own mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like me saying it to myself. But you guys can watch too. Feel free. Okay, so that's the second video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure, again, you watch this first one. I'll put it over here somewhere. And yeah, I'll get into the third video sometime later. Maybe not today, maybe today, I don't know, because I said I was going to do it, but I definitely am here for the entire 2 weeks, so I have a lot more content to get out before this, before I lose where I'm like at, because I have a computer and I can actually put it up and make sure that it's all nice, put cards on it and stuff. Yeah. Another thing, I am going to, I think I said this in another video, maybe it was like a Snapchat or an Instagram or whatever, but I will be getting back into doing my music. I say back into, I'm going to start making music. I have 3 songs in mind that I want to do a certain way, and then release 2 of the songs that I did from the first EP that I did. Give it more exposure. Once I get out of here, I'm definitely going to be finding some studio time. I'm sorry, I have a lot of stuff going on. I want to find some studio time and actually start recording songs. So, I have a lot of lyrics written down, but I want them to be put to songs because I want to start making music. So, we're up in here, but we'll talk about that way down the line. But yeah, so this is the end of the video. I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the third video. All right, peace.